Hi guys, welcome back. In this video I'm going to be taking part in a challenge set by Carl over at karlpopewoodcraft. The challenge is karlpopewoodcraft Build a Chair Challenge. So as you can tell by the title, it's to build a chair. Now we can build any style of chair we like and we can use any materials to make it. So that is what I'm going to be doing in this video. I'm going to be using some hotel skirting board that I was given. It's fairly chunky and it's got like a hard coating on it, so I've got to clean it up a little bit and make it a bit more usable. So let's get on with the video. I will leave a link to his channel in the description, so if you're not already subbed, I'd highly recommend going over there and having a look at all of his videos. He's made some fantastic things, but don't do it now, do it after this video, so enjoy. So the first thing I do is cut the decorative moulding off one side using the table saw. So once that was done, I ran the pieces through my planer thicknesser to remove the paint and clean up the surface a little. Then it was over to the miter saw to start chopping the individual pieces down to length. So with the first few pieces cut to length, I could then run them through the table saw and rip them down to their final width. So I'm going to be using dowels to join the chair together. I've never actually used dowels before. I don't have a jig, but I do have the dowel marker pins, which should help with drilling the holes in the right locations. So here I am just marking out where I want the dowels, and also I want to cut some angles on the legs and the backrest. So with the legs and backrest marked up for the angled cuts, I then went over to the bandsaw and messed it up completely by cutting nowhere near the line. So after making a mess of the first leg, I then went on to make a mess of the second leg and had to resort to cleaning up the legs somewhat on the disc sander, which isn't easy to do considering my disc sander's 5 inches and these legs were considerably longer. So this is how the two side pieces are going to look. So now it's time to start drilling the holes for the dowels. Now, as I've said, I don't have a jig for this, so I'm trying to do it freehand. And although I'm trying to keep the drill plumb in both directions, I did manage to get a couple a little bit skewed. It's definitely worth investing in some dowel pins, because once you've drilled the holes in one side, you can just put them in place and press, and it gives you the exact location on the opposite piece. So despite the dowel markers, it still weren't quite in line, but good enough. So now I can start cutting the front and back part of the seat. So here's my second mistake. The side with a white coating on was supposed to be the inside of the chair, but like a dummy, I've gone and drilled the holes for the dowels on what should be the outside. So the outside is now the inside, and the inside is now the outside. So that's what the chair is going to look like. So with the two side pieces complete, I can now start gluing and fitting the pieces together. And I'm using plenty of glue on what would be the end grain, or what is the end grain. So when the outside piece is now dry, I can add a small round over on all the edges, just to clean them up a little bit and make them look a bit nicer. Then I could sand the pieces and remove the coating, which is now on the outside of the chair and not the inside like it was supposed to be. Not that it even matters. All the edges have now been rounded off, and it's had a thorough sanding, and I'm just trying a dry fit just to make sure it all goes together as planned. So here I'm just cutting down some thin strips, which I'm going to use as battens for the inside of the chair, and that's where the actual seat part is going to attach to. So I'm marking out where the bottom of the batten needs to be, and then using some 50mm brad nails to secure it in place. And what's the saying? Measure twice, cut once. Got to pay more attention to what I'm doing. Even though I use a set square to mark these out, I've still managed to get one in the wrong place. But after spending about 10 minutes trying to prise it back off again without damaging the rest of the seat, I managed to get it off, and I cut another piece and nailed that on in the right place, and then I could start gluing it all together. So with it all glued together, I could throw on some clamps and leave it overnight. Then I could start cutting down the pieces that were going to be used for the actual seat itself, and I'm just going to be gluing two sections together to make one. I was going to do narrower slats, but decided against that in the end. And then I could fix these pieces in place with the 50mm brad nails, and then go round and fill up all the screw holes or nail holes. So then I could start work on the backrest, and to make things more difficult for myself, I decided to cut my granddaughter's name into the backrest just to make it a bit more personal. Her name is actually Amelia Ray, or as I call her, my ray of sunshine. But everyone calls her Emmy, so I decided to cut the name Emmy in the back, and I'm just using my jigsaw to hack out the letters as best I can. So I've put a back on the headrest so no small people can put their hands through, and I've rounded and softened all the edges up so there's no sharp bits, and then I could start putting a coat of primer on it. And in the end I gave one good coat of primer, sanded it down, and then gave it two top coats. So now it's time to attach the backrest, and to do that I'm going to be using screws and then filling the screw holes up with dowels to hide the screws. And you can also see that I painted the letter in black. Then I decided to give it one more good top coat. So as you can see, I've changed the letters from black to white because I wasn't happy with how the edge of the letters looked. It looked a bit ropey around the edges. So decided to paint it white. Now these can be changed to either different colours later on, or maybe even glitter. But for now, and for the purposes of the video, I decided to just paint them white. Right guys, hope you enjoyed the video. As always, I want to thank my regular subscribers for watching the video and supporting the channel. I want to welcome any new subscribers. And if you're not yet subscribed to the channel, I would really appreciate you tapping that subscribe button. And if you tap the bell icon, you'll be notified of all my future uploads. So until the next video, stay safe and I'll see you soon.